Well, look, I do believe that premarital counseling is wonderful, and whether you get it through the church or whether you go to a therapist, having an opportunity to just sit and think about, it's one thing to date,
Hmm.
it's a whole nother thing to decide to share a life together. And and again, whether you're getting married or whether you're choosing to live together, if you're choosing to share a home and a life together, it's not a bad time. I feel like sometimes people make a big focus of marriage. That's a legal contract as well as an emotional contract. But even living together is still a contract of sorts, that you're making a decision to be together and understanding what the terms are of that contract and what you're both agreeing to and what you both want for that contract is very, very important. And having a place to do that is wonderful, and or if that's not possible for whatever reason, then certainly working together to talk about your partnership and be thinking about how do you want to structure a really healthy connection, and what does that look like, what goes into having a healthy connection for the rest of your life. And I was talking about the wedding as kind of a little bit of a IQ test for the couple because they have so many things to negotiate. But a partnership is really about a lifetime of negotiating and working together and figuring out how to attend to both people. There's a guy named Stan Tatkin who wrote a book called We Do. And it's for new couples. It's focused on new couples, but it's great for all couples. And one of the things that he talks about in this book is this idea that there's something that you should be working on building, which he refers to as, it's kind of a funny name, a couple bubble, which is like the sacred space for the couple. And this is like this attunement to both parts of the couple. Like, and he refers to something called the owner's manual. Like, do you know what brings tears to her eyes? Do you know what calms her down? Do you know what brings a smile to her face? Do you know her oldest and most painful injury, emotional injury from childhood? These sort of basic questions. Do you understand? Can you attune to your partner? Are you both aware of each other? Like you're each other's partner, and as a partner, you keep each other afloat. You together, your connection is the centerpiece of how you two stay healthy and solid. Dennis, they say that people who have partners live longer. There's a
Hmm.
reason for that. We all need support. The point being that if you want to have a healthy partnership, first of all, you have to work at it.
Hmm.
And relationship, you have to keep the ship clean. You have to keep it clear. And in addition to love, you want principles that underlie your partnership. Like, what do you two agree to? What's important to you? You know, is it important to you to not go to bed at night angry, even if you're in disagreement and that you'll come back to it? I would vote for that one.
Hmm.
Do you agree that you're always going to talk about money over a certain dollar amount? Probably not a bad idea. There are a lot of things about what it means to be a partnership. Partnerships, I think of partners in a partnership as kind of like a stool with three legs, and I don't mean poop. I'm talking about, the idea that, there's the play of the relationship, the enjoyment, activities. Then there's the work of the relationship, bills, housework, who's dealing with car maintenance, who's dealing with house renovations, who's dealing with or home renovations or those kinds of things. Um, then there's the third part of it, which is about intimacy, emotional and physical intimacy, and the idea that you're each other's support person, and that's a really important leg of this stool. And so it's not uncommon for people to have maybe one or two legs of the stool in good shape, but the third one maybe isn't in as good shape. And
Right.
knowing what your strengths and weaknesses are and what you need to lean in on and be in communication about and talk together about is very, very important. The couple is greater than the sum of its parts. So, in other words, you don't want to be two eyes, you want to join together to be a we. You get to contain, don't worry, those folks that worry about getting smothered. You get to be who you are, but recognizing there's something bigger than you that is offered in a partnership is a wonderful and amazing experience if you can move beyond just being two I's and move to a we.